Okay guys, so a piecewise function is made up of two or more functions, but it's different than a system because a system is two separate functions. This is one function with two pieces. That's why it gets the name piecewise. Okay, so this h of x represents the name of the function, and the x itself is our input values. The equations represent the rules, and over here, these are our domains. That tells us what our x values we're going to use. Okay, so steps to doing this. The first step is to make a table for each piece. So piece 1 is going to be 2x plus 1. And I'm going to make my table. And piece 2 is going to be negative x plus 7. And I'm going to make a table. Okay, so first we're going to find, second step is going to be to find the x values based off the domains. Okay, so let me change the color here. For the first piece, our domain is x is less than 2. Remember, this symbol means less than. Okay, so that means my x values are going to be things all smaller than negative 2. So I'm going to continue on, but it's going to be negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. All numbers smaller than 2. Because that's what less than means. For our second piece, our domain is greater or equal to 2. So that means my x values are going to be things like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. All right. Step 3. Does the domain have an open or closed circle? Okay, so open circle is when our symbol has less than or greater than without the line. So that means for 2, I'm going to put an open circle next to it. And for the second piece, it has a greater than or equal, and that equal tells me that I'm going to have a closed circle next to that too. So when I'm graphing this, I need to make sure to include the open and closed circles. So now we're going to find the y values. And I can do that by plugging in my calculator. In my table, I can type this into my table and just get the y values. So the y values are going to be, let me get a different color, negative 5, negative 3, negative 1, 1, this is going to be 3, and 5. And for this one, negative 2 plus 7 is 5, 4, So our last step is going to be plot both tables. Okay, so for the first one, the first piece, I'm going to plot in blue. So -3, -5. And when I get to 2, 5, I'm going to make sure to include an open circle, and this way is going to have the arrow. That's why I signaled that arrow before. Okay, and the second piece I'm going to do an orange. So that's 2, 5. That's going to fill this in. 3, 4, 4, 3. And I'm also going to draw an arrow that way. Okay, so that's a piecewise function because it's made up of 2 pieces, this blue piece and this orange piece. But this whole function is called h of x.